Remarkable. So many movies been made centering around that event, D-Day. Changed the world, right? I'm sure many who are listening and watching the show had relatives, uncles, grandfathers, whomever, hit the beaches or jump out of the planes, right? The paratroopers. Quite remarkable. We need, we should always, we won't forget our history. Our history is a famous quote. I'll see if I can pull it up about history. It's remarkable. George Orwell had a great quote about history. I'll dig it up. Worth remembering. We love it when you call the show. Almost invariably, when people call or text us or send us a message through Facebook, it always good questions, always good comments, and it inspires, conversation, and it is helpful to others who listen and watch the show because they may have the same kinds of concerns as you do. So we encourage you to make contact with the show so we can connect and talk about what's on your mind, what you're thinking about, and it can be off topic. It doesn't have to be what I'm focused on. Give me a call.
877-897-8255. That's 877-897-TALK. Dr. Garko's personal email is drgarko@letstalknutrition.com. Follow us on Facebook at Let's Talk Nutrition, on the Instagram at Let's Talk Nutrition, and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Let's Talk Nutrition, where everything is archived by date. It's closed captioned for the hearing impaired, and we have over 1,200 videos up now.
Pretty good. Usually when I report, pardon me, when I report on the FDA, it's about some food safety issue. This is a food safety issue of a different sort. The Food and Drug Administration, it's being reported, found substantial levels of what's described as a worrisome class of non-stick, stain-resistant industrial compounds in some grocery store meats and seafood, and in off-the-shelf chocolate cake. Non-stick, stain-resistant industrial compounds. So where would one find those non-stick? The FDA's food test results are likely to heighten complaints by states and public health groups that the current administration, this is what's being reported, is not acting fast enough or firmly enough to start regulating the human-made compounds. A federal toxicology report last year cited links between high levels of the compounds in people's blood and health issues. But apparently, they don't know. They're not certain the nonstick compounds were the cause. Oh, geez. The levels in nearly half of the meat and fish tested were 2 or more times over the only currently existing federal advisory level for any kind of widely used human-made compounds, which are called per- and polyfluoroalkyl substances, PFAs. The level in the chocolate cake was higher, more than 250 times the only federal guidelines, which are for some PFAs in drinking water. Story's complicated. The FDA spokesperson, Tara Rabin, said yesterday that the agency thought that the contamination was, quote, not likely to be a human health concern, close quote, even though the tests exceeded the only existing federal PFA recommendations for drinking water. So, all right. There are where are these chemicals coming from? What non-stick cookware? There are 5,000 varieties of PFAs, DuPont created in 1938 these PFAs and first put into use for nonstick cookware. Industry has used them in countless consumer items, food packaging, carpets, couches, dental floss, outdoor gear, to repel grease and water stains. You'll find these chemicals in firefighting foam. One good reason why you wouldn't want them in your body, which the Defense Department calls irreplaceable in suppressing jet fuel fires. I don't think it's too good for human inflammation, though. Especially around military bases, PFAs, facilities, have built up levels in the water and the soil. It's untreated sewage sludge used to fertilize non-organic food crops and feed for livestock. So I'm still confused as to where these chemicals came from. They're finding it in these products. Was it in the making of the products? Is that what they're suggesting? I know that cookware is a big deal. I use stainless steel. I don't use Teflon or any of those non-stick. I never felt comfortable with those. I have just stainless steel pots and pans, which work well for me. I want to see if I can dig more into this story. They're all in a twist about it, but it's being poorly reported. These PFAs are dangerous. I mean, from a toxicological perspective. All right, let me see what I can find. I don't know. This doesn't make any sense. So you got these in the products. Well, we'll see. 877-897-8255, toll free. We'll look for you. Give us a call. Dr. Mitchell will be along at the bottom of the hour. Cookware. Boy, would I love to have a sponsor, a cookware sponsor, healthy cookware, right? Been talking about that for a long time. LTN, coast to coast and globally.
Ladies and gentlemen, listen up. It's me, your immune system. I'm always hard at work defending you against the many disease-causing viruses and bacteria that we're exposed to every day. But sometimes I need help to defeat the bad bugs. Luckily, our friends at Kyolic have come to the rescue. Kyolic has 2 super immune-enhancing supplements, Kyolic Immune Formula 103 and Kyo Green Harvest Blend Immune Defense. Kyo Green Harvest Blend is a power-packed blend of organic and naturally sourced grasses, ancient grains, fruit, veggies, herbal extracts, and spirulina in a fast dissolving drink mix for a quick and easy way to support immunity. Kyolic Immune Formula 103 combines immune-boosting nutrients with aged garlic extract. Aged garlic extract has been clinically shown to support a healthy immune response and reduce both the duration and severity of cold and flu symptoms. Help me protect you with Kyolic supplements and nutritional drink mixes to fortify your immune health today. Available at fine natural health retailers.
The science of psychology tells us there is a connection between looking more attractive and having more self-confidence. One way to look more attractive is to have healthy-looking hair. Ridgecrest Herbal's award-winning Hair Revive can support healthy, attractive hair. Hair Revive is formulated with a stress-fighting complex, hair growth ingredients, a hormone balancing complex, and Chinese herbs. Taken together, the ingredients in Hair Revive promote hair growth, encourage healthier, thicker-looking hair, and support recovery from damaging hairstyling techniques, harsh chemicals, and daily stress. So start looking more attractive with healthier, thicker, and shinier hair with Ridgecrest Herbal's Hair Revive. Visit rcherbals.com for more information or call 1-800-242-4649 and mention this ad. That's 1-800-242-4649. This is Dr. Michael Garca, host of the nationally syndicated health talk show, Let's Talk Nutrition. Way too often, dietary supplements cost way too much. Not so at Vitamin Discount Center. Here's why. VDC sells leading national brands up to 50% off MSRP every day. Competitors' prices are matched for identical products with proof of price. If you're in the military or are a first responder, you get an additional 10% off VDC's already discounted prices. VDC even offers case discounts. And you can get connected with VDC's VIP mobile text program for additional savings and customer rewards throughout the month. The choice is clear. You can save at Vitamin Discount Center. For a store nearest you, visit vitamindiscountcenter.com or call 813-907-7066. That's 813-907-7066. Vitamin Discount Center. For life, for less.
Want to get at the core issues that make weight loss so difficult? Try PGX from Natural Factors. This revolutionary product is clinically shown to help people achieve their ideal body weight in a safe, natural way. PGX helps you feel full for hours, dramatically reduces the glycemic index of any food or meal, and ultimately causes the release of the compounds that achieve two important goals in weight loss. 1, telling your brain that you're satisfied so you eat less, and 2, improving the action of the hormone insulin. As medical doctor Mark Hyman said in his best-selling book Eat Fat, Get Thin, if you choose to use only one supplement, PGX is the most important. If you've ever tried to lose weight and failed, you need the tremendous support of PGX from Natural Factors. For more information on making your weight loss dream a near effortless reality, visit pgx.com.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Jarrow Formulas, superior nutrition and formulation. Natural Factors, where great health begins. Kyolic, aging makes the finest garlic truly odorless. Celsius, live fit. Flora, 100 years of herbal wisdom. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garco.
Well, welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. Thanks for tuning in today. Turn this way. It looks when I turn my head that way, it looks like I'm looking that way instead of looking straight. That's why. I'm talking to Gary. We switched me up. We moved me around, and we got cameras in different places. And I'm trying to get myself so that when I'm looking at the camera, I'm looking at you and not looking at a screen. And I tend to drift toward the screen, which is to my right, so it looks like I'm not looking at you if you're watching the show. You catch that? You got all that? So I'm trying to figure out what's going on here with this story from the FDA. This is important. In spite of the fact that they say, "Oh, nothing to see here," I don't believe it. That apparently the Federal Food and Drug Administration has confirmed the presence of these chemicals. They're called forever, in quotes, forever chemicals, because they're around forever. PFAs, and PFAs is short for perfluoroalkyl and polyfluoroalkyl substances, and includes chemicals. There's variations: PFOS, PFOA, Gen X. These are sometimes called forever chemicals. These chemicals all share signature element bonds of fluorine and carbon, which are very strong and difficult to break down in the body. And the job of enzymes is to break the bonds, like when you eat food, right? It's trying to break those bonds so that energy gets released. Well, these are hard to break. These bonds are hard to break. And these particular chemicals will migrate into the air, the dust, the food, the soil, and water, and then they can accumulate in the body. They've been linked to a number of adverse health effects: liver damage, thyroid disease, decreased fertility, high cholesterol, obesity, hormone suppression, cancer. That's why I'm confused as to, they say, well, yes, we have found these PFAs. They've confirmed, the FDA has confirmed the presence of these PFAs in the food supply. And they say, probably not a health risk. What? I don't get that. I don't understand that messaging at all. These the PFA chemicals have been used in industry for quite a while because they have, as I mentioned earlier, they can repel oil and water. That when you're dealing with grease and all those these chemicals are very nifty for that stuff. Yes, they've been manufactured since the 1940s and found in non-stick products, stains, paints, cleaning products, food packaging, and firefighting foams. That's where you'll find these chemicals. Notice what I said. That first item, non-stick products. Fry pans, cookware, non-stick stuff. And then they'll use those chemicals on the lining of packaging so that whatever inside the package, contents of the package, the food, doesn't stick to the package. At what cost? Results of the FDA investigation were presented by the agency at the 29th Annual European Meeting of the Society of Environmental Toxicology and Chemistry. That was in Helsinki. I didn't make that meeting. Now, I bring it to your attention. I know a lot of, people like the convenience of these non-stick products to cook with. I use stainless steel, and I've done shows. I've done that theme where we looked at that theme and looked at different types of cookware. And I don't have all my notes on that, so I'm not prepared to get into some great discussion on it. But it's worrisome. It is worrisome. And I deliberately, when I bought my set of cookware, they gave me this beautiful non-stick pan. It's a big fry pan, and high end. I've never used it. I could put dirt in and grow flowers, because I'll never use it. 877-897-8255, 877-897-TALK. Told you yesterday Purdue recalled 31,000 pounds of chicken. These products were already cooked, by the way. And then yesterday we posted from the government, it's an excellent website, posted how much, how long you can keep food in the refrigerator, when will it spoil, what kinds of foods, and it's a great post. You'll find it at LTN, at Let's Talk Nutrition on Facebook. That was a call from Hank. He called. He said, how long can I keep food in the refrigerator, leftovers? The government said 7 days. I think 3 to 4, but I think it also depends on the refrigerator. If you have an old refrigerator, they are not, I have a brand new one, and I can tell the difference compared to my old one. Food is colder. It's just better. Dr. Jason Mitchell will be our guest. He's not going to talk about cookware, but we have other things to cook with him. You are listening to Let's Talk Nutrition, coast to coast and globally. We'll be right back.
months than people in other states. The average price for gas statewide has declined for 30 consecutive days to $2.57 per gallon on average. With Florida's news, I'm Chris Trankman.
From the Florida Central Credit Union Home Loans Traffic Center.
Delays on westbound I-4 just west of the Lakeland area. A crash near the Polk Parkway still has the left lane blocked. Also, we're seeing delays on southbound 75 approaching I-4. And a minor crash on the Corny Campbell Causeway eastbound towards Tampa, about midway across the bay. One lane is blocked there. See traffic problems, call the injury firm Abrahamson Uterick Hillsboro. Traffic tip line 866-545-9595.
This report is sponsored by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Great news! There's a quick way you could save money. Switch to Geico. Geico could help you get great coverage at a great price, and it only takes 15 minutes to see if you could save 15% or more on car insurance. Go to geico.com today and see how much you could save.
Napa know-how. How does Napa bring you the best deals on things like an Evercraft 26-piece screwdriver set with storage rack? The old switcheroo. Take the regular price, $41.99, switch around the digits, and wham! Now just $14.99. Grab your Evercraft screwdriver set for $14.99 before the price switcheroo's back. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.
At participating Napa Auto Parts stores while supplies last. Offer ends 6/30/19.
Pros know getting the next job means doing this one right. Lowe's is here to help by stocking more of the brands you trust, like DeWalt, GAF, and Owens Corning. We stock the largest in-store selection of DeWalt power tools and accessories of any national retailer. And now you can save $140 and get a 4-pack of DeWalt 20-volt max batteries for just $159. Plus, get 20% off in-stock GAF or Owens Corning shingles every day when you purchase by the pallet. Do it right for less. Start with Lowe's. Offer valid through 6/9. Selection varies by location, U.S. only.
From the Rude Air Conditioning Weather Center, rely on Rude.
Your Tampa Bay forecast, mostly sunny and hot with a 30% chance of afternoon showers, high 93. Tonight, partly cloudy, low 77. Tomorrow, a mix of sun and clouds and hot again with a 20% rain chance, high 93. For more news, weather, and traffic, tune to WFLA at 94.5 in St. Pete, 105.9 in Tampa, or 99.1 in Newport Richey.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Pros do it right to save 5% more every day by shopping at Lowe's. In-store or online, save 5% on eligible purchases with your Lowe's Business Credit account. Do it right for less. Start with Lowe's. Subject to credit approval. Cannot be combined with other credit offers. Exclusions apply. See store for details. U.S. only.
Dana Lash and the Dana Show on 1250 WHNZ.
If you want to call in and ask me why I haven't talked about it when I've talked about it on the program before, feel free. But you might want to wear a crotch guard. People who are total morons are like, why don't you talk about this? Hey, Brainiac, did it occur to you that I have? And I'm going to later on. I realize you got to go trim your mullet, but hey, guess what? I got a bunch of other stuff I'm talking about too.
The Dana Show. Weeknights 10 to midnight on 1250 WHNZ. From the Underground Command Post, Mark Levin is on 1250 WHNZ, weeknights 7 to 10.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by CV Sciences, from seed to shelf. Form Essentials, makers of the sleep aid Solace. North American Herb and Spice, wellness for life. Natural Factors, where great health begins. New chapter, the benefit of nature's wisdom. Yerba Prima, pioneers in internal cleansing. Let's Talk Nutrition, on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. Dr. Jason Mitchell is my guest today. Before I bring him on, I got to tell you this story. There's a story trending about a study. The British Heart Foundation did a study on coffee, and they found that drinking 5 cups of coffee a day was no worse for the arteries than drinking less than 1 cup. Okay. I like coffee. I like caffeine. Up to a point. The study, there were about 8,000 people in the study. It was across the UK. And they also reported that they did have some data on people. I don't know who these people are, but they were drinking up to 25 cups of coffee a day. That's not that. I thought it was a typo. I had to go check.
How do you sleep after that?
Well, not only that, but They're drinking up to 25 cups a day. And what was interesting is that those people were no more likely to experience damage to the arteries, stiffening of the arteries, than someone who drank less than a cup a day. But it's not just about the arteries. That's the problem. The side effects of coffee, the negative side effects are, it's just more than that you have to be concerned about. There are all sorts of, it disrupts your sleep. It can lead to a vicious cycle of restless sleep. We know that. It can interact with medications. If you drink 25 cups of coffee a day, if you're taking especially thyroid medication or some of these psychiatric drugs for anxiety and depression, it can increase blood sugar levels. That's not a good thing for people with type 2 diabetes. It can raise blood pressure. Kidneys take a hit. It can even lead to some spinal bone loss in postmenopausal women who drink more than 3 cups or 300 milligrams of caffeine a day. My God, if they drank 25, they would crumble.
Like, was it laced? Like, was it just coffee? Are we sure it was just coffee?
Just coffee. 25 cups, Reggie. Some of the people in the study were drinking up to, I don't know how many pots that is. And I just do my Starbucks in the morning, and it's espresso. 4 shots. And that's it. I'm done. And a Grande and a Venti, a Starbucks Venti has more caffeine in it compared to 2 espresso shots. I asked them to give me their, they'll give it to you if you ask them. Their little manual in the back, and it breaks it all down. I looked at it. I'm just saying, if you're drinking 25 cups of coffee a day, I don't know. I think you should reconsider that. But nevertheless, I thought I'd share that with you. There are people walking it. My God, 25 cups a day. Not only that, you're going to the bathroom all day long. Dr. Jason Mitchell's my guest. He hasn't been on in a long time. It's good to have him back on the air. Dr. Mitchell, did you start your first cup of 25 cups a day?
You're pretty funny. No, actually, I don't drink coffee at all. I don't actually intentionally take in any caffeine at all either. Obviously I'll have some chocolate occasionally or something of that nature that might naturally have some caffeine. But,
yeah.
I actually avoid it for a number of reasons. When I hear a study like that, I question the motives. Like, what are they trying to do? Are they trying to simply prove that something like that is acceptable so that they could market products that are extremely high, or are they just going for some extreme publishing? Because I find it utterly concerning when you consider the high percentages of benzodiazepine, which are the anti-anxiolytic drugs, such as Xanax and Valium that are prescribed every year, and when you consider the over-the-counter purchase as well as the prescribed purchase at such an alarming rate of sleep medications, and just so many other things, when we consider how negatively stress and anxiety and all the downsides of just being completely overworked and stressed out in our society today, and of this very complex society, it scares me to think that someone might want to consider promoting that. Now, I totally understand the attraction to caffeine, because when you take it, you have energy that you didn't know you had. Well, because you don't. It's artificial. And it unfortunately puts such a taxing effect on the adrenal function in your body, which is
true.
These glands that sit above your kidneys that are actually responsible in part for the stress response in your body, and you wonder why, at a certain point you feel crushed, and you just can't recover. And so I find it really concerning, for me personally.
In this study, what I think happened was they collected the data, and in that part of the sample, that 8,000 people, they must have had a subgroup, a cohort in there that was drinking up to 25 cups a day. Yeah. So they must have isolated, I don't know how many, I don't have the full study in front of me, I don't have the methods section and procedures, so I don't know how many were in that group. But, up to 25 cups a day, and it still didn't affect their arteries. Well, that's not the only piece of machinery in the human body, or
Well, yeah, the arteries. I don't know that the implications of caffeine are really directly opposing the function of the arteries. I think they oppose so many other functions that I would be more concerned somewhere else.
Exactly.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I get
don't
it.
know that that's the first one I'd worry about. I might want to worry about the stress it puts on the heart.
Well, it does raise blood pressure, so.
Oh, absolutely. Well, it's funny. That's the one muscle that never rests. Well, I take that back. It does rest once.
Yes.
So I certainly wouldn't want to.
No, we don't want that one.
Too quickly on that one. So.
No, we want to keep going. So, you haven't been on for a while. What have you been up to? What's going on?
Well, you know that I'm the founder and the owner of a company called Probulin, our probiotic company, and we've grown immensely. Probulin. Actually, we're last year's data. I haven't even pulled the data this year because we've been so busy. But last year's data showed that Probulin had already achieved the number 13 probiotic brand in the U.S. Out of 134 brands and approaching almost 1,000 different products available in the marketplace. And the top 15 brands represent 90% of the dollar volume. So, we've been working hard at spreading the news about Probulin and what it does for digestive health and the technology and the MacTrek 3D delivery system. And so that's been going really well. People are just simply, day by day, coming on board with using our products and finding great results for helping to support their digestive environment. And we've launched new products that introduce concepts like postbiotics that are really, really unique in helping to provide more of a total picture of care for the digestive environment. And then my other company, Medican, with the brand name Hemp Fusion, in the area of hemp and cannabinoids like CBD, we've been growing unbelievably due to the interest, and I just think it's been really quite awesome. In fact, what we're going to talk about today with regards to Hemp Fusion really bears importance to what you brought up about caffeine.
Okay. Well, we'll get into it. We'll come back. We'll talk with Dr. Mitchell. He hasn't been around for a while. It's nice to hear his voice and have him on. Hemp is trending in the natural products industry in a big way. And outside the natural products industry for that matter. And, of course, the new farm bill that was passed has big implications. And there was a big meeting last week. Some people, 120 of them, got in front of the FDA trying to get them to relax a little bit.
Feel tired, lethargic, or irritable? Take solace. You're one of millions of Americans that has trouble falling asleep or staying asleep. In fact, according to a national survey, 54% of adults have trouble sleeping. So what can you do about it? Take Solace. Solace is an all-natural dietary supplement formulated to support healthy sleep and relaxation. Solace can help you fall asleep and stay asleep naturally. Formulated with all-natural ingredients, Solace is non-addictive and won't leave you feeling groggy in the morning. Take Solace an hour before bed and feel the calming effects of this extensively researched sleep and relaxation aid. For more information on Solace, call toll-free 877-533-7066 or visit TakeSolace.com. That's 877-533-7066 or take SOLUS.com. Look for Solace in your local health and nutrition store. Solace for a good night's rest naturally.
The science of psychology tells us there is a connection between looking more attractive and having more self-confidence. One way to look more attractive is to have healthy-looking hair. Ridgecrest Herbal's award-winning Hair Revive can support healthy, attractive hair. Hair Revive is formulated with a stress-fighting complex, hair growth ingredients, a hormone balancing complex, and Chinese herbs. Taken together, the ingredients in Hair Revive promote hair growth, encourage healthier, thicker-looking hair, and support recovery from damaging hairstyling techniques, harsh chemicals, and daily stress. So start looking more attractive with healthier, thicker, and shinier hair with Ridgecrest Herbal's Hair Revive. Visit rcherbals.com for more information or call 1-800-242-4649 and mention this ad. That's 1-800-242-4649.
The latest trend to hit the store shelves has the whole country buzzing. Cannabidiol, or CBD, might just be the greatest discovery of our generation, and it comes from a plant that is not so new, agricultural hemp. Yes, after 70 years of prohibition and misunderstanding, hemp is back to help you stay healthy and balanced. Growing research is showing that we have a lot to learn from the remarkable hemp plant. Nutrient-rich products like Plus CBD Oil's Total Plant Complex concentrated products provide broad-spectrum nutrition, including fatty acids, plant sterols, cannabinoids, terpenes, and naturally occurring vitamin E. From seed to shelf, all Plus CBD Oil products provide the highest quality hemp-derived CBD products available and are offered in a variety of delivery systems and flavors to suit your needs. Ask your local independent health food store about Plus CBD Oil products by CV Sciences today and learn more about the CBD evolution at pluscbdoil.com. That's pluscbdoil.com.
Did you know that you have 3 brains? Yes, you heard right. Exciting new research reveals you have 3 brains: your head brain, your heart brain, and your gut brain. These 3 brains are like an orchestra with billions of neurons working together to create a harmonic symphony. This intricate relationship between these 3 brains impacts your mental, emotional, and physical health. The 3 Brain Supplements from Natural Factors is a bold new innovation in mental health. It provides a whole-body approach to balance brain health and well-being. Start with the 3 Brains Total Kit, which includes 5 supplements that are essential for 3 brain health. The kit provides foundational support for all 3 of your brains. Then, depending on your unique needs, choose from higher thoughts to enhance brain performance, mental sunshine for healthy mood balance, serene mind to relieve stress-related fatigue, or the best sleep for restful sleep. Learn more at 3brainshealth.com.
This is Dr. Michael Garka, host of the nationally syndicated health talk show, Let's Talk Nutrition. Way too often, dietary supplements cost way too much. Not so at Vitamin Discount Center. Here's why. VDC sells leading national brands up to 50% off MSRP every day. Competitors' prices are matched for identical products with proof of price. If you're in the military or are a first responder, you get an additional 10% off BDC's already discounted prices. BDC even offers case discounts. And you can get connected with BDC's VIP mobile text program for additional savings and customer rewards throughout the month. The choice is clear. You can save at Vitamin Discount Center. For a store nearest you, visit vitamindiscountcenter.com or call 813-907-7066. That's 813-907-7066. Vitamin Discount Center. For life, for less.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by CV Sciences, from seed to shelf. Form Essentials, makers of the sleep aid Solace. North American Herb and Spice, wellness for life. Natural Factors, where great health begins. New chapter, the benefit of nature's wisdom. Yerba Prima, pioneers in internal cleansing. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. Dr. Jason Mitchell is here today. I'm going to talk a little bit about hemp and hemp fusion. Dr. Mitchell, so the brand is Hemp Fusion, yes?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead. We haven't talked about it, so go ahead and lay it out. You know, describe the product, wherever you want to take it, so the audience has a sense of what it is, what it does, its intention, and so on.
Well, yeah, thank you, Dr. Garko. You know, one of the things that's most important is that it, you know, maybe about 2 or 3 years ago, if you were to ask somebody, have you heard of CBD, you'd probably actually get a shrug, and they're like, maybe. But in the last 12 months, you're hard-pressed to find somebody that hasn't heard of it or that hasn't already tried it or taking it or interested in taking it. And so the excitement has grown very clear that people are interested in what is held inside of this beautiful plant hemp. And the most notorious ingredient right now, or compound, is this CBD, cannabidiol. And so people are incredibly excited about it. And it's because it has so much promise. In fact, I'm often saying this in many of the lectures that I do and so forth around the country, is that I say, you know, this plant, the cannabis sativa L plant, industrial hemp, is unlocking the mysteries that have eluded medical professionals for decades. Because there's so many different elements of understanding that are now becoming very evident, paths for research that I think are being laid out for I mean, decades of research worth of possibilities on what they might explore because of what this plant does. You know, the nutrients called phytocannabinoids, also known as endocannabinoids inside the body, these endocannabinoids that your body produces or the ones that are produced by plants called phytocannabinoids, have become this real interesting source of research and interest. And so when we look at it, though, hemp fusion is something very special. In the midst of all of this craziness and excitement around cannabis and CBD, cannabidiol, hemp fusion took a very different, interesting approach to it. In that, you know, we look at things from a whole food perspective. And Dr. Garko, you know, you and I have had these conversations about whole food for so long. I mean, for many years now.
That's true.
And my doctoral dissertation was on whole food nutrition because I believe in the wholeness of what food represents, as opposed to the isolationist magic bullet theory that many try to build. For example, if I were to ask somebody that's even mildly educated on natural supplements or anything, just basic, I mean, just an average consumer, I said, what's the most important ingredient in a tomato? They'll often respond with lycopene.
Yeah.
And my answer is absolutely not. And then they'll ask me, well, what is? And I said, the answer is I don't know. And I know that that's a weird answer to an answer that I just said, well, no, it's not, but then I don't know the answer. So how do I know that lycopene's not the most important? And it goes back to a phrase by Hippocrates, Christ before him, Edison after him, and something that said, let food be thy medicine. You know, it's more important what Hippocrates didn't say. And he didn't say, let a singular isolated compound identified in a laboratory, studied for a double-blind placebo-controlled. He didn't say that. He said, let the food itself be medicine. And why that's really important is that when you look at a tomato, for example, we know that lycopene's present. But interestingly enough, lycopene's not present until you cook it, until you stew it or something. So naturally, as a raw tomato, you're not going to get much of any lycopene whatsoever. How many other compounds are in that tomato that might be valuable? I mean, heck, I even joke around saying maybe it's called schmycopene. We don't even know yet. But there are hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of compounds in there. And the same is true about hemp. In hemp, we have CBD, but you know, to date, we've identified in hemp, or in botanical, we've identified over, roughly 113 different phytocannabinoids. But even more importantly, we've identified that there are these other compounds called terpenes. And, you know, terpenes are something like people are going, huh? Like, what's a terpene? You know, I mean, here's the interesting thing. In 1992, researchers here in the United States identified that there is this system inside of our body that they have named after the plant that inspired its finding. They call it the endocannabinoid system. And this system is what is known as a transiently active, which means it's not always on. It only comes on when necessary, self-regulating system inside your body that interacts with every biological system that you have going inside your body. And the sole primary purpose of this system is to restore balance inside the body. Why I said at the beginning of the show that you know, your topic about caffeine bears importance here is because, you know what's interesting? When you look at taking caffeine, it throws the body completely out of balance. The fact that you don't have energy means that your body's out of balance and needs support. And what's interesting is that if you de-stress the body or reduce the amount of impact that stress has on the body, it takes less energy to function, think, and perform your normal day-to-day tasks. And as a result, the energy that you do have becomes more efficiently used, thus not making it very important for caffeine, because your body becomes resourcefully more efficient. And so I tell people, you know, de-stressing the body is probably more valuable, not only just for the energy part, but for your overall health, than, let's say, dumping in something that artificially elevates your sense of awareness and energy. And so I look at it and say, you know, wow, hemp is probably one of the most intelligent superfoods that someone could consume.
So when you started today, maybe a listener or viewer didn't catch it, and you said, I'm going to talk about cannabis sativa L.
Yeah.
Explain to the listener what you mean by L.
Okay, so cannabis sativa L is just the genus and species of the actual plant, and it can either be marijuana or hemp, and usually is determined by its genetics and also by its THC content is the most common way that many are trying to refer the difference between hemp and marijuana. But see, what's interesting about hemp is that it doesn't contain those intoxicating psychoactive effects, meaning it doesn't have the stuff that gets you high. Instead, hemp contains all these wonderful nutrients that interact with this system inside our bodies to help regulate a sense of balance. You know, being out of balance is actually what is a big challenge for so many of us. And if you think about it, there might have even been some herbs that many of you have heard called adaptogens.
Yep.
These herbs simply work by helping your body adapt to an outside influence. A really common one's called ashwagandha,
Yes.
also known as Indian ginseng. Well, I believe that hemp is the ultimate adaptogen.
Well, I agree with you, and that's an interesting way to frame it. We come back, this is a deep narrative. There's a lot to tell. There's so many articles written. The one article I came across, I was looking at it, it's about hemp. It says Cannabis sativa, the plant of the 1,001 molecules. to Dr. Mitchell's point, there are compounds in these plants that, we've in many cases just scratched the surface. Hemp may be one of them. There's so much more to learn, so much more to know. We come back, we're going to talk about Hemp Fusion, that particular brand, and why it's unique in the marketplace and its position. And Dr. Mitchell will be here, and you'll be there, and I'll be back with you. You're listening to and watching Let's Talk Nutrition. We're coast to coast, and we're global, by the way. And if you decide to watch, you can go to letstalknutrition.com. You'll be among the 30,000 people on average every day that watch the show globally. We'll come back with Dr. Mitchell. Listen to the music. Are you tired of being tired? So is Amanda until she tried Floridix Iron and Herbs. You can probably relate. Between juggling her job and family, she was constantly exhausted. She put off going to the gym, and making her dinner every night seemed like a heroic task. Then she found out she had the most common nutritional deficiency in the U.S., iron deficiency. Amanda turned to Floridix, an easily absorbed plant-based liquid iron supplement. For over 60 years, Floridix has been helping reduce exhaustion and fatigue caused by iron deficiency. This formula is easy on the digestive tract and free of artificial colors and flavors. It even has vitamins B and C for enhanced absorption. No wonder it's the best-selling iron supplement in North America. FloraVital provides all the same benefits as Floridix, but without gluten or yeast. Reclaim your energy with Floridix and FloraVital, available at your local health food store. For more information, visit florahealth.com/Floridix. florahealth.com/Floridix.
The ever-increasing stress and toxicity we are exposed to from our environment, diets, and lifestyles make internal cleansing a necessary part of a good health regimen. Founded in 1980, Yerba Prima was the first company to launch a whole-body internal cleansing kit. Since that time, they have continued to develop and manufacture a complete range of all-natural, high-quality fiber and internal cleansing products. By using all-natural psyllium fiber and no harmful stimulant laxatives, all Yerba Prima fiber and internal cleansing products can be used over a long period of time to ensure optimal health and regularity. With nearly 30 years dedicated to all-natural cleansing products, it's easy to see why Yerba Prima is a leader in the fiber and cleansing products category. Learn more at yerbaprima.com, YERBAPRIMA.com, or visit your local health retailer. Yerba Prima, pioneer in internal cleansing products.
The preceding was a commercial program paid for by Let's Talk Nutrition, LLC. The Rays play on Tampa Bay Sports Radio, WDAE.
To the wall, let's go!
Catch every pitch of Rays baseball in Pasco on 96.7 FM and all over Tampa Bay on 620 AM. Rays up. They're slamming, jamming, and banging. This is the NBA Finals. The Golden State Warriors and Toronto Raptors.
Into the corner, Leonard for three. Good!
For one team, it's elation. For the other, heartbreak.
Curry's hit 3 in a row!
And we've got the action live.
Leonard, left hand jam!
Tomorrow night at 9.
He rattled that one home!
On 1250 WHNZ. And on the iHeartRadio app.
Hi, it's Schmidt. Join Robert Harwood from the Harwood Financial Group and me for a daily blueprint for your finances, a topical radio show that helps put you on the right track financially. Win at retirement right after the Schmidt Show, weekdays, 6:06 p.m. on 1250 WHNZ.
1250 wins WHNZ, Tampa Bay. Available everywhere you want to listen on our free iHeartRadio app. Download it now.
is CBS News on the Hour. Real news, real reporting.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. The U.S.-British bond.
It's the greatest alliance the world has ever known.
President Trump, after an hours-long meeting with outgoing Prime Minister Theresa May at 10 Downing Street. They discussed trade, China, Iran, and Brexit.
This is a great country, and it wants its own identity.
On the streets of London, protests, but Mr. Trump says he took notice of supporters.
Coming over today, there were thousands of people cheering. And then I heard that there were protests. I said, where are the protests? I don't see any protests. I did see a small protest today when I came, very small.
His motorcade likely took a route around Trafalgar Square. Thousands of demonstrators turned out in the rain.
He shouldn't be invited to the UK for a state visit. We shouldn't be rolling out the red carpet and spending millions on keeping him safe.
The baby Trump blimp flying high above in the sky. Back home, the Trump administration is tightening restrictions on Cuba. It's banning educational trips to the island, as well as exports of boats and private planes. The U.S. Treasury says it's punishment for what it calls Cuba's destabilizing role in the region. Apple CEO Tim Cook says he's not worried about a sweeping federal government investigation into tech giants like his. He tells incoming CBS Evening News anchor Norah O'Donnell.
I don't think anybody reasonable is going to come to the conclusion that Apple's a monopoly. Our share is much more modest. We don't have a dominant position in any market.
Coming under scrutiny, consumer privacy, misused personal data, and the spread of disinformation. The House Judiciary Committee will investigate as well. Days after a gunman shot and killed 12 co-workers at a municipal building in Virginia Beach, Governor Ralph Northam says he'll recall lawmakers to the state capitol to take up gun control legislation. Northam, a Democrat, says he wants the Republican-controlled General Assembly to hear from the public about the need for common-sense gun laws. A just-released study shows carbon dioxide levels are rising at record rates into dangerous territory.
The report from NOAA and the Scripps Institute of Oceanography says this year's carbon dioxide peak is the highest in 61 years of record keeping, and the seventh straight year of increased CO2 content in the atmosphere. The cause?
We are the cause of the acceleration that we see.
NOAA climate scientist Peter Tons is the study's lead author. He says this trend commits the Earth to continued warming and a dangerous course.
In a sense, it's irreversible what we're doing, at least irreversible on the timescale of human civilization.
Peter King, CBS News.
The Dow is up 246 points in early trading. This is CBS News.
CBS News Radio is your home for breaking news. With our team of reporters around the country and the world, we give you the coverage you can trust.
Are you more than $10,000 in debt? Feel like you're on a never-ending treadmill, staying in one place and never getting ahead with those minimum payments? Don't let the credit card companies bully you anymore. There are programs in place to help you get free of your debt, and you don't have to pay the entire amount you owe. The program at Total Financial Freedom can help you get debt-free in months instead of decades. Call Total Financial now at 800-899-8922. That's 800-899-8922.
There's nothing like meeting face-to-face, and there's nothing like Zoom to make that happen. Zoom lets you connect and do business across town or around the world. Zoom ties together all of your communication needs into one easy platform for video conferencing, phone calls, group chat, webinars, and your conference rooms. Connect easily from anywhere, your mobile phone, your laptop, or conference room. Zoom is how business gets done. Get your free account at Zoom.com today. Meet happy with Zoom.
Hey, it's Schnitt. Catch up with my latest show on your Amazon Echo device. Just ask Alexa to play The Schnitt Show from iHeartRadio.
Hey, friends, this is Frank Cotto, the host of the Business Happy Hour. Myself, Ryan Pelkey, and Doug Ford will be live every Wednesday at 11 a.m. We are the #1 show for business and entrepreneurship in Tampa, so tune in every Wednesday on 1250 live at 11 a.m.
Win tickets before anyone can buy them. To our 2019 iHeartRadio Music Festival, starring Alicia Keys, Cage the Elephant, Camila Cabello, Chance the Rapper, Def Leppard, French Montana, Halsey, Hart, Her, Miley Cyrus, Mumford & Sons, Tim McGraw, Zach Brown Band. Our 2019 iHeartRadio Music Festival. Keep it here to win your trip to Vegas and set a reminder for our exclusive Capital One cardholder presale starting next Tuesday at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern for a limited time.
Westbound I-4 looks very slow from Kathleen Road into the Western Polk Parkway exit with an accident blocking 2 left lanes. And northbound 275 slows on the eastbound east end of the Howard Franklin Bridge. There's a wreck near the airport exit blocking the left lane. See traffic problems? Call the injury firm of Abrahamson and Edward Hillsborough traffic tip line at 866-545-9595.
This report is sponsored by Car Lots. That's Car Lots with a Z. Car Lots offers car buyers the convenience of a dealership with no commissions and sellers, the value of a private sale with no off-site sketchiness, so you can have it both ways. Visit Car Lots today on East Pierce between 275 and North Nebraska Avenue.
The following is a commercial program paid for by Let's Talk Nutrition, LLC. The opinions, viewpoints, and promises made during the following program are not those of WHNZ AM, its staff, management, or parent company, iHeartMedia Incorporated.
Statements made during this broadcast regarding products or the claims made about specific products have not been evaluated by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. Products and treatments discussed are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent disease. Make your physician aware of all nutritional supplements used and immediately notify your physician if you have any health concern or undiagnosed sign or symptom. Let's Talk Nutrition is a health talk show that features scientists, authors, nutrition specialists, personal trainers, holistic healers, and experts in traditional, natural, and integrative medicine. Listen for a chance to win daily prizes and follow Let's Talk Nutrition on Facebook and Instagram at Let's Talk Nutrition or on Twitter at LTN Radio. It's time for some inspiration. Tune in to get fit and healthy. It's time to talk about nutrition. Nutrition for your body, your mind, your spirit. It's time to talk about proper exercise, stress relief, eating well, and supplementation to help. Get ready to take charge of your health because your health is your wealth and the wealth of those who care about and love you. It's time for Let's Talk Nutrition with Dr. Michael Garko. Welcome to the show.
And welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. Thanks for stopping by today. Glad you could. And Dr. Jason Mitchell is the guest today. Dr. Mitchell, I've known Dr. Mitchell now a long time. It's been a long time. Of course, many of you probably remember him if you've drifted away from the show and just came back when he was with Country Life Vitamins. He was there for a long time and then went on his own and started a company, Probulin. And, of course, now that product, the probiotic digestive, it's really a digestive care line, if you will. The top, I think he said 13th, and there are, I don't know, hundreds of these probiotic products, 1,000. I don't know how many is out there, a ton, and he's in the top 15. That's pretty darn good. The natural products industry is hand-to-hand combat. Let me tell you, its competition is tough, and that's a difficult space, that probiotic space. So the product, and he's doing well because it works. You know, that's a data set that people, you know, you need to pay attention. We all need to pay attention to that. If a product is been on the market for years and years and years, it's not there just because of mythological reasons. It most likely works. One of the things you learn in this industry is that, or in any industry, if a car, the Edsel, okay, it just didn't make it, didn't work right, didn't look right, didn't sell right, didn't work. And they invested a ton of money into that car. Now it's a collector's item. I don't know. Gary tells me they pay ridiculous amounts of money for somebody to buy an Edsel. Before you couldn't give it away. Now it's a collector's item. But you get my point. So the product is doing well because it works well. And so then now Dr. Mitchell has ventured off into another arena and the world of hemp. And it's an interesting world. It is filled with all sorts of, the narrative is very thick. It's a thick, it takes thick description to talk about the world of hemp and all that it means, its history, its chemical makeup, its implication in legal matters and misunderstanding. It's crazy what has happened. I mean, farmers, there was a time when you could grow the crop in this country, right? And then you couldn't. Got ranked as a Schedule II drug. It's crazy. Now, it's changing now. It is changing. Still a little ways to go, but finally, maybe, farmers should be able to grow hemp in this country. We import it. I don't know the metric tons. I don't know how much. We can import it, but we won't grow it. We grow it for research purposes, but other than that, no. We'll let the farmers do it. Maybe that'll all change. Maybe Dr. Mitchell has some ideas about that, the most recent farm bill. Let me bring him back on. Dr. Mitchell, welcome back. What did you make of the passing of the recent farm bill?
I think it was a step in the right direction, a very strong step in that, because you basically essentially have removed hemp from the Controlled Substance Act.
I mean, this is like putting petunias on there. You know what I'm saying?
Well, here's the thing. You have to look at the politics that are behind this. And, back in the time when there was this thing called reefer madness, that they made everybody in society paranoid that somehow marijuana was going to ruin the world and make everybody crazy, and that they should be scared of this, and that there's a lot of things about it. But if you were to go a little beyond, a little bit further back than reefer madness time frame where the prohibition took place, there's pharmaceutical companies like Eli Lilly that had pharmaceutical drugs back in the 1800s that were made out of cannabis. And so, the fact is that the prohibition, I think, was rooted in politics because there was a competing crop. And at least, please understand, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm just a person that kind of looks at things and say, that makes sense. Cotton was a crop that, I understand how important cotton was for clothing and textiles and so forth. But, man, cotton was rooted in probably one of the most ugly and negative times in our history. And that hemp produced such an amazing competitor to cotton.
It was.
A lot of these plantations didn't want any part of that and wanted to eradicate this plant. And to be quite frank with you, I think that's really where it came from, was politics, narcissism, anger, hate, all kinds of things. And instead we focused on cotton. And I got to be honest, when you look at hemp, forget about the medicinal things for a minute, just hemp as a textile. It's probably one of the most amazing textiles because you can grow it in almost any condition. Yep. You can grow it in almost any temperate zone. You can grow it, and it can grow multiple times a year potentially. I mean, it's just a really fantastic plant. But then when you expand further, the knowledge that we have about the body today, all those decades of cotton growth, we haven't found anything medicinal about cotton. Nothing. But yet hemp, we're discovering every day that there's these compounds in there called phytocannabinoids. In fact, over 113 of them have been identified to date. And the most notorious one that everybody's so up in arms and excited about, not up in arms, wrong term, but, just excited about is CBD, cannabidiol.
Right.
And many companies, unfortunately, are pushing CBD as the cure for everything. And I want to encourage everybody. The endocannabinoid system is an amazing system in our body that's responsible for helping to restore homeostasis within almost every interactive biological system in our body. But it's, the cannabinoids themselves don't cure disease. They simply empower the body so the body can do what it does best. And it's restoring balance. And when your body's in balance, you're less likely to have some of these challenges potentially. And that's where the research is leading. So when you hear people say that CBD is the cure for everything, please be careful. Because if you want to really look at it, this plant possesses, I love the comment you made, the plant of 1,000 chemicals, and I really love that because so many people are isolating their thought to CBD and how many milligrams of CBD can I consume, and here I am thinking, geez, it's not about how many milligrams of CBD. In fact, there was research out of the Hadassah School of Medicine at the University of Jerusalem, Israel, that actually showed, and this was in 2015, and the title of the research paper was called Overcoming the Bell-Shaped Curve. And so in this research it revealed that, if you focus on just CBD, you're likely to experience sort of a negative feedback. What that means is when you take enough of it, it stops working, by itself especially. But yet in the research study, they were thoughtful, intuitive enough, and interested enough in understanding what role these other chemicals besides CBD and hemp play to research them to say, well, if they were part of the picture, would the same thing happen? And the answer was no. When you look at hemp in its totality of all these different compounds, in other words, it's not just CBD. There's compounds like CBC and CBG and CBDV, CBE. There's just too many to mention. I could be listing them for 5-10 minutes here and still not finish. And then there's these other compounds called terpenes, and then other compounds called canaflavins, which are flavonoids, A, B, and C. And they're just all these wonderful things that, you know what's interesting? It's kind of like going to the most brilliant medical symphony, because they all play a part, but when they're playing it together in unison as an entourage or as an ensemble, the body responds in the most beautiful notes. And I know that I'm drawing a conclusion of music, but music is emotional, and so should this plant be emotional. And that is, it has the potential of helping to restore and maintain these elements of balance in our body that are incredibly powerful. You know, that's the root of hemp fusion.
So that was going to be my question. Were you able to capture that concept in the product?
Yes.
All right. When we come back, we'll give you a chance to break that down.
Yeah.
Alkaloids, flavonoids, glucosides, terpenes, resins, steroids. These are compounds that you find in hemp. There'll probably come a time here, maybe not too far from now, in the near future, where they're going to be growing hemp like they used to, and not have to worry about, agents coming to the farm and putting you in cuffs, taking you to jail. We'll be back with Dr. Mitchell. He's going to talk about hemp fusion and get you together with that. $4649.
Is getting a good night's sleep a challenge? Fortunately, there's a superior fast-acting sleep formula called Tranquil Sleep from Natural Factors. This non-habit-forming supplement contains a unique combination of melatonin, 5-HTP, and L-theanine, which works in harmony with your body's natural sleep hormones. Tranquil Sleep can help you fall asleep, stay asleep, sleep sounder, and wake up refreshed, all without feeling drowsy in the morning. The key benefit comes from increasing the time spent in the deeper stages of sleep. It's only in these deeper levels of sleep that we truly experience the rejuvenation, regeneration, and recuperation that sleep provides. Even if you think you get a good night's sleep, give Tranquil Sleep a try. You might be surprised with how much better you've slept by waking up with more energy.
Center. Here's why. BDC sells leading national brands up to 50% off MSRP every day. Competitors' prices are matched for identical products with proof of price. If you're in the military or are a first responder, you get an additional 10% off BDC's already discounted prices. BDC even offers case discounts. And you can get connected with BDC's VIP mobile text program for additional savings and customer rewards throughout the month. The choice is clear. You can save at Vitamin Discount Center. For a store nearest you, visit vitamindiscountcenter.com or call 813-907-7066. That's 813-907-7066. Vitamin Discount Center. For life, for less.
Celsius is a fitness drink which is clinically proven to function. How? As a thermogenic, Celsius proprietary MetaPlus blend accelerates metabolism, increasing your body's ability to burn fat and calories. There are only two ways a body burns fat: through increased heart rate and our increased body temperature, thermogenesis. Drinking Celsius and then going into motion is double dipping. You're accelerating the burn, and the results are even faster. Celsius is your ultimate fitness partner. No high fructose corn syrup, no aspartame, no preservatives, no artificial colors or flavors. 100% of 7 essential vitamins. Proven in 6 published university studies. How does it work? Celsius proprietary MetaPlus formula, including green tea with EGCS, ginger, and guarana seed, turns on thermogenesis, a process that boosts your body's metabolic rate. Drinking Celsius prior to fitness activities is proven to energize, accelerate metabolism, burn body fat and calories. Invest in yourself. Drink Celsius. Look for us at www.celsius.com.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by American Biotech Labs, your daily immune system support. Ridgecrest Herbals, take your health to a higher elevation. Ancient Nutrition, nutrition for a modern world. Reviva Labs, the natural skincare authority. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
If you're a regular shopper in a health store, you have noticed over the last several years now, last 5 perhaps, more and more products that are hemp-oriented. And it can become very confusing, right? You're looking for some CBD product, for example. And you don't know, you walk in and, a few years ago, there was not a one in the store. Now, they're fighting over shelf space, right? And you might have noticed Hemp Fusion in the stores wherever you shop across this country, and you may have tried it, maybe you didn't. Well, guess who we have here today? We have the man who's responsible for Hemp Fusion, Dr. Jason Mitchell. Dr. Mitchell, words mean, and I know you're a very thoughtful, deliberate, reflective guy. Hemp Fusion. Why did you select the word fusion? I suspect that gets to the heart of the matter for you.
Absolutely. The name was crucially important to me because when I look at things in its whole manner, I look at the plant and say, what beauty is within it? And what is the picture? Formulation is as much an art as it is a science. And you have to understand that medicine all derives from the science of understanding the body, but yes, the art of the beauty of how it operates in unison together. And so it's a big mistake to think that I have an ailment, therefore I take this chemical to deal with this ailment. That's not how the body works. The body works in so many different ways that you need to nourish it. In fact, the terms related to the endocannabinoid system are all surrounding you need to nourish the endocannabinoid system. So the words hemp fusion were incredibly important. Hemp fused together with other botanicals that have importance for their particular for the particular product.
Hemp fused with the other compounds, right?
Yes, it's really important because hemp possesses a lot of wonderful things, but see, the goal is to hit the target of what the customer is looking for, things like stress and sleep and challenges with comfort and other things of that nature. And so we really try to focus in-depthly on making sure the products work. See, there's this notion that you have to take a ton of milligrams of CBD to do anything and to get it to work and so forth. And customers are thinking, how many milligrams can I get for as cheap as possible? And the research clearly displays the fact that it's not about how many milligrams. It's really about the compilation or the ensemble that you're consuming. It's interesting. We have so many situations where people are like, well, you have 5 milligrams or 10 milligrams per serving of CBD. I've taken 50 before and I didn't get the same effect as I got with yours. Why is that? And I'm like, well, it's because of the ensemble, this concert of nutrients that work together. Not only the cannabinoids like CBD and the others, but also these things called terpenes. Terpenes are the aromatic properties that exist in flowers, the things that you smell. They either repel you or attract you or whatever, and there's so many different reasons why terpenes exist. But these terpenes work much in the same way as cannabinoids do at helping to support the endocannabinoid system in the balance. Some of these terpenes, one most notorious that we are, by the way, the most concentrated in out of the entire industry is beta-caryophyllene. Beta-caryophyllene is a known terpene that's been studied for a bunch of different things. as it relates to links to the immune system, healthy inflammatory response, digestive health, and so forth. Just so many different things that beta-caryophyllane's been linked to. But what's interesting about it is it's an incredibly powerful terpene. In fact, Hemp Fusion products, by our calculations, compared to some of the top brands out there, we have over 1,000% higher terpene concentration. And I believe that terpenes are going to be the future. In fact, in a recent article, I believe it was by Forbes magazine, so please don't hate me if I quoted this incorrectly, but in Forbes magazine, I believe that they quoted it as the future in endocannabinoid support is really going to be found in the area of terpenes because of how incredibly powerful they are. And Hemp Fusion is an attempt not only to give you CBD, as everybody is excited about, because we have meaningful amounts of CBD in every one of our servings, but we want to incorporate all of this beautiful God-created brilliance in this plant.
I was thinking about your music metaphor.
Yeah.
So let's say we have a piece of music. It could be a symphony. It could just be a song.
Right.
And we have a pianist, and the pianist sits down and plays it, right? And maybe it's a symphony. It was scored. The piece was scored for a symphonic orchestra, but a pianist can sit down and play the main melodies. It can perform the music. That's just the pianist. The score was intended for a symphonic orchestra. Is my point.
Yeah.
And hearing the pianist play it and then hearing the symphony orchestra play it are totally two different things. It's the same symphony, but performed either on a piano or performed with all the instruments. It makes a difference. Yes.
It absolutely does. And if you think about it, the pianist may be able to appeal to your interest in the music, but the symphony will dig deep and dig to your emotions because it'll pull you from so many different directions, where tone is something that the reason why we have two ears is because we're supposed to listen.
I know. So
when we look at this, the emotion that is actually pulled out of you by symphonic music as opposed to just something by some, and I'm not saying that the beauty of a pianist isn't beautiful, and I'm not saying the beauty of CBD isn't beautiful, but when you take CBD and put it together with everything else, this magnificent ensemble that takes place is crucially of high importance to the body.
Sure. Dr. Mitchell, I have a question that came over to Facebook, and it's from Michelle. She asked, has CBD been used in bipolar disorder studies, and if so, which would be best to use?
So you're asking me a tough question in a situation like this, because we have a law called DSHEA, Dietary Supplement Health and Education Act, that prevents me from commenting on disease state, condition, and so forth, and out of a sheer responsibility to not only that customer, that person that wants that answer, but also a responsibility to the community of which we serve to make sure products like this are always available. And claims are probably the highest, most gone-after issue that the FDA is attacking right now. And out of a sheer responsibility to the entire industry, we want to make sure we're careful at saying this. How you can find out if research has been done, log on to the NIH and do a search for exactly what you're asking. Go on to PubMed, do a search for exactly what you're asking.
Sure.
You might find the very answers.
Dr. Mitchell, I know you have to go, but we're going to go to the bottom of the hour. Can you give me 5 more minutes?
I can stay on for 3 more minutes. No problem.
All right, we're going to go to some messages at the bottom of the hour. We come back, I'm going to give you some more time to talk about Hemp Fusion. So you get the idea of what fusion means here. You know, you're getting the full ensemble of the chemicals in the hemp.
Don't be stressed out or anxious. Take Hempanol, the only raw CO2 hemp extract available. It's 100% organic with wild oregano P73 extract. You might have heard about CBD, but there's no comparison. Hempanol has the power and potency you need to support your nervous system, stay calm and focused, and maintain a healthy immune system. Unlike other CBD oils, Hempanol contains the full spectrum of phytocannabinoids. Take Hempanol and feel great. And if you suffer from insomnia and can't seem to get that full night's rest, try Hempanol PM. Hempanol PM is specifically formulated to get you the rest you need without feeling sluggish when you wake. It's non-addictive, completely natural, and leaves you feeling energetic and ready to take on the day. To place your order, to find out where to find Hempanol in your area, call 1-800-243-5242, 800-243-5242, or visit us at oreganol.com.
1250 WHNZ. Online at WHNZ.com. On your phone with the iHeartRadio app. And on hundreds of devices like Alexa, Google Home, Xbox, and Sonos. An iHeartRadio station. News on 1250 WHNZ.
How long is too long for a sheriff's office to respond to a call? For Lauren Richards of Hudson, 26 minutes was an eternity. She caught a burglar breaking into her garage, and she pointed a gun at the intruder while calling 911 multiple times. Her neighbor tells News Channel 8 in Tampa.
Had she not had a gun or called the neighbors, she might not be standing here, because who knows what would happen.
Pasco deputies showed up 2.5 times longer than the usual response time. They blame the county's large size for the delay. Suspected murderer Eric Vale remains at large after being accidentally released from the Broward County Jail this week. The city of Lakeland in Polk County claims it'll have the lowest power rates in the state after taking a coal-fired plant offline, passing the savings on to customers. With Florida's News, I'm Chris Strankman.
From the Florida Central Credit Union Home Loans Traffic Center.
It's all saying eastbound on 275 from midspan of the eastbound Howard Franklin Bridge into the Airport Memorial and Kennedy exit. There's an accident on the left shoulder of that exit ramp. Westbound I-4 is also bumper to bumper from Kathleen Road into near the Western Polk Parkway exit with an accident on the left shoulder here. And there's a crash at Nebraska near Osborne. See traffic problems? Call the injury firm of Abrahamson and Edric Hillsborough Traffic Tip Line at 866-545-9595.
This report is sponsored by KFC. Try KFC's new 2 for $6 deal. Mix and match any 2 of these items. The famous bowl, pot pie, extra crispy tenders, and crispy kernel sandwich for just $6. It's finger licking good.
36 days. That's how long it takes the average company to find their next hire. Glassdoor can help you quickly find the right job candidate in half the resumes. From 62 million job seekers, Glassdoor only matches you with qualified candidates who have the skills and experience your small business needs to grow. And Glassdoor hires are committed. They're 30% more likely to stay with your business longer. Go to glassdoor.com/hire. Glassdoor. Find the right fit for your business.
What happened? You used to go hours without visiting the bathroom. Now it seems like you're constantly getting up to pee. Listen, the makers of Super Beta Prostate are introducing a new wonder pill, Super Beta Prostate P3 Advanced, with 3 key ingredients that are great for your prostate. To celebrate, your first 30-day supply is free. Pay shipping and handling. Get P3 Advanced free. Call 1-800-257-5251. 1-800-257-5251. 1-800-257-5251.
From the Weather Center, Abrahamson and Uterwick. Free consultation. TheInjuryLawyers.com. Pinellas Hillsborough.
Your Tampa Bay forecast, mostly sunny and hot with a 30% chance of afternoon showers, high 93. Tonight, partly cloudy, low 77. Tomorrow, a mix of sun and clouds and hot again with a 20% rain chance, high 93. For more news, weather, and traffic, tune to WFLA at 94.5 in St. Pete, 105.9 in Tampa, or 99.1 in Newport Richey.
This report is sponsored by KFC. KFC's new dessert will satisfy your cravings for sweets and biscuits. The Cinnabon Dessert Biscuit is KFC's classic warm flaky biscuit smothered in Cinnabon cinnamon sugar glaze and cream cheese frosting. For a limited time, get 4 of them free with a 10-piece meal. It's finger licking good and only at KFC.
The Tampa Bay area is home to thousands of military veterans, and there's a feature here on 1250 WHNZ that's all about giving them actionable information as they transition to civilian life. I'm Navy veteran Eric Dane. I host CBS Eye on Veterans as we focus on vets 6 days a week. Join us for our daily 1-minute feature at 7:50 weekdays during the Gordon Deal Morning Show and for our weekly long-form show Saturday evenings at 6 here on 1250 WHNZ.
Hey friends, this is Frank Cotto, the host of the Business Happy Hour. Myself, Ryan Pelkey, and Doug Ford will be live every Wednesday at 11 a.m. We are the #1 show for business and entrepreneurship in Tampa, so tune in every Wednesday on 1250 live at 11 a.m.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by American Biotech Labs, your daily immune system support. Ridgecrest Herbals, take your health to a higher elevation. Ancient Nutrition, nutrition for a modern world. Reviva Labs, the natural skincare authority. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. Dr. Jason Mitchell is our guest today. We had an interesting message on our Facebook page from Michelle. She wanted to know if cannabidiol, CBD, would be appropriate for bipolar disorder. So Dr. Mitchell gave her the right answer. I mean, I'm a PhD and he's an ND. Neither of us can diagnose and treat. All right? Don't want to go to jail. So he gave her the right answer. And so I went on to PubMed. I could have gone to Cochrane, any other database. I chose PubMed. And I found a 2019 review of the literature. And the title of the piece is there a role for cannabidiol in psychiatry? And Michelle, if you're still listening, I'll read the conclusion to you. I'll quote the conclusion. Quote, the evidence regarding the efficacy and safety of CBD in psychiatry is still scarce. Further large, well-designed, randomized controlled trials are required to assess the effects of CBD in psychiatric disorders, close quote. So that's sort of a global conclusion, but if you look at the article, they take a look at the level of evidence for cannabis with relative to schizophrenia, anxiety disorders, social anxiety disorders, and so on. So this is a new frontier. I suspect that there are other studies out there that tell more, but this is just one review, and I picked it because it was 2019, and it looked pretty good, pretty thorough. So, again, Dr. Mitchell's advice is the right advice. I can tell you, and he can tell you what the science says, what the studies say, but he can't say, yeah, take CBD for bipolar disorder, or he can't do that, neither can I. So, Dr. Mitchell, welcome back. Tell the listener and the viewer more, please, about Hemp Fusion.
Absolutely, love to. But, I want to comment one thing on what you just said. I will bring up one thing of research that's a very interesting point, that as far back as 2003, the NIH, the National Institute of Health, an agency of the government, they have a patent on phytocannabinoids like CBD used as a neuroprotectant. So they already know that, they have research and even have filed and have been granted a patent to themselves, a U.S. patent.
I know.
Oddly enough, on
I know.
Cannabidiol and cannabinoids as a neuroprotectant. So they know it affects the brain. So if that helps them lead and guide and so forth, but again, we can't treat or mitigate. But when it comes to hemp fusion, some of the things that we did is this. One, we know that there's way more research that has to be done on safety and data related to dosing so that we get it right. But interestingly enough, as soon as you get it right, it'll be wrong for another person, simply because every single person's level of imbalances or challenges within the endocannabinoid system or the type of support needed may vary. And so that dosing is kind of a self-examination or exploration, if you will, at this present time, where there is some reasonably good data starting to compile today. But understand, more often than not, less is more, especially if the products are formulated correctly. And that's where we pride ourselves with Hemp Fusion. See, our hemp extract, we use a proprietary extraction process called HOPE, because we believe there is hope in this plant. And HOPE stands for Hemp One-Pass Extraction. And this one-pass extraction does not overly damage a process or damage the actual outcome. In fact, it leaves behind all of these natural constituents and does not standardize or isolate any individual compound and does not over-process or over-refine the material whatsoever. In fact, what it primarily does is remove the cuticle waxes and fiber so that the resulting oil has what would be representative of these natural ratios in this plant, as opposed to isolating one compound and taking it completely out of what would naturally be there as a ratio.
Yes.
And so Hemp Fusion prides itself on that hemp extract because it gives you more than just CBD, although it has meaningful amounts of CBD.
So you can you use the phrase full spectrum?
Oh, absolutely. But see, I use the term full spectrum, but man, there's so many different definitions about full spectrum.
Yeah.
I'll give you mine in a second, because this one's really important and it really addresses the word full, more importantly, the word spectrum, which I think is the key one. So here's the interesting thing, though. With Hemp Fusion, we have several different formulas. And our formulas vary from all kinds of different things of taste, touch, and feel and how it works. But when you consider that stress and sleep and some other challenges are what people are looking for products like this for, we have a product called Sleep. And it's one of the most notorious products on our line, and where we get so many reviews back saying, hey, I was able to relax enough so that when I laid down to sleep, I could sleep better. But see, we don't put anything that's a sedative-like compound or anything of that nature in there. Instead, we just help the body relax by the compilation of ingredients, which includes these phytocannabinoids and terpenes and everything wonderfully rich in our product, but then also making sure that we have that we have pharma-GABA, which helps to, turn off the noise, that brain noise that overwhelmingly speaks to you as you're trying to sleep. All those things you didn't do, you've got to do. Just turns off the list-making noise so that maybe your body can get into a state of relaxation where sleep might be possible. And then in our stress formula, we have added ashwagandha. It's actually known as Indian ginseng as a nickname, and it's an adaptogen that works together with these phytocannabinoids to help support balance. And so we have products like that. Now, we have 2 liquid tinctures, and these liquid tinctures are in 2 different doses, 5 milligrams and 10 milligrams of CBD per serving, and we put it in the base of a black cumin seed oil, which is another very popular oil because it contains really special compounds where the research around black seed oil have been looking at certain things related to, healthier inflammatory response in the body, especially athletically induced and so on. But just a lot of different wonderful elements of what black cumin seed oil does as a partner to phytocannabinoids from hemp. And then we also, in our formula, every one of our formulas, we have what is called the whole food hemp complex. And that's really the essence that makes each and every one of our products special, because we have all these phytocannabinoids from the hemp. We have clove and black pepper, which deliver this special proprietary blend of these terpenes. And then in every product, we have omegas 3, 6, and 9. That's crucially important because in the research, it shows that if you're deficient in omega-3, 6 ratios, the endocannabinoid system isn't functioning correctly. And so as a result, we want to make sure that we include this, because in the plant itself, the seed, the hemp seed, has omegas 3, 6, and 9. So we're not leaving out anything that would be there. So in our minds, what full spectrum means, that it should contain multiple cannabinoids, not just CBD, or not just mostly CBD either. It should contain a multitude of different cannabinoids. It should contain a multitude of different terpenes, and it should also contain omegas 3, 6, 9.
Is it good to take the product with food, without food, in the morning, afternoon, night? What do you recommend?
Best time to take the product is with food, and our sleep formula is about an hour before bed. Now, there's one last formula that I'll leave you with. It's really super exciting because it's the one that in our line is getting so much attention right now. It's called our Hemp Fusion Twist. We put a twist on CBD. We emulsified it. And emulsified means we take the oil, break it apart into small little liquid spheres, which makes it more available to the body for absorption and so on. But we pack in there flavor. We don't add any sugars or things of that nature. In fact, I think by calculation, there's less than 57 milligrams of sugar per serving.
We're headed out. What's the website?
It's hempfusion.com.
Dr. Mitchell, it's always good to hear your voice. Your passion hasn't abated. I was sitting here thinking about that. I said, that boy is just as cranked as he was 10 years ago. He's still there. That's great. You're doing great.
Thank you, Dr.
It's nice to hear your voice.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, it's our pleasure. Hemp Fusion. Get fused.
Then, if you choose to use only one supplement, PGX is the most important. If you've ever tried to lose weight and failed, you need the tremendous support of PGX from Natural Factors. For more information on making your weight loss dream a near effortless reality, visit pgx.com.
Have you experienced the wisdom of nature with Zyflamend Whole Body from New Chapter? Zyflamend is a 10-herb blend that delivers 3 health benefits. First, Zyflamend is an herbal approach to pain relief, helping to soothe minor pain or soreness. Second, Zyflamend is a joint supplement with time-tested herbs to support joint function and flexibility. And the third benefit, Zyflamend supports the body's healthy inflammation response, something that's essential for maintaining whole body health. Zyflamend is New Chapter's clinically tested blend of 10 remarkable herbs, including pure and potent turmeric, ginger, and green tea. Zyflamend is non-GMO, project verified, gluten-free, and 100% vegetarian. New Chapter is a leader in supplement quality. Every ingredient, every product, every time. Discover Zyflamend, New Chapter's #1 selling multi-herbal. Zyflamend is made with ginger for occasional pain relief after exercise. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
The ever-increasing stress and toxicity we are exposed to from our environment, diets, and lifestyles make internal cleansing a necessary part of a good health regimen. Founded in 1980, Yerba Prima was the first company to launch a whole-body internal cleansing kit. Since that time, they have continued to develop and manufacture a complete range of all-natural, high-quality fiber and internal cleansing products. By using all-natural psyllium fiber and no harmful stimulant laxatives, all Yerba Prima fiber and internal cleansing products can be used over a long period of time to ensure optimal health and regularity. With nearly 30 years dedicated to all-natural cleansing products, it's easy to see why Yerba Prima is a leader in the fiber and cleansing products category. Learn more at yerbaprima.com, YERBAPRIMA.com, or visit your local health retailer. Yerba Prima, pioneer in internal cleansing products.
Have you been putting off a cleanse? They can be harsh and leave you chained to the toilet, making for an overall unpleasant experience. Rethink your cleanse with Fluorescence, a daily cleanse that helps safely and gently detoxify your body. Unlike other detoxes that can be hard on the body, Fluorescence supports your body's natural processes, helping it to work more efficiently than it could on its own. The truth is your body is really good at cleansing, but due to the number of toxins we're exposed to, it can use a little daily support. Inspired by traditional OB/GYN formula, Fluorescence is made with 8 herbs: burdock root, watercress, sheep sorrel herb, slippery elm, rhubarb root, kelp, blessed thistle, and red clover blossom. These herbs work together to support multiple elimination pathways, gently helping your body's detox systems do what they were made to do, only better. Forget harsh extreme cleanses and cleanse happy. Try Fluorescence for gentle daily cleansing that leaves you feeling rejuvenated. Find Fluorescence at your local health food store. For more information, visit florahealth.com.
Feel tired, lethargic, or irritable? Take Solace. You're one of millions of Americans that has trouble falling asleep or staying asleep. In fact, according to a national survey, 54% of adults have trouble sleeping. So what can you do about it? Take Solace. Solace is an all-natural dietary supplement formulated to support healthy sleep and relaxation. Solace can help you fall asleep and stay asleep naturally. Formulated with all-natural ingredients, Solace is non-addictive and won't leave you feeling groggy in the morning. Take Solace an hour before bed and feel the calming effects of this extensively researched sleep and relaxation aid. For more information on Solace, call toll-free 877-533-7066 or visit takesolace.com. That's 877-533-7066 or take SOLUS.com. Look for Solace in your local health and nutrition store. Solace, for a good night's rest naturally.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Jarrow Formulas, superior nutrition and formulation. Natural factors where great health begins. Kyolic, aging makes the finest garlic truly odorless. Celsius, live fit. Flora, 100 years of herbal wisdom. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
And here's the LTN health question of the day. It goes back to story I was reporting on today at the top of the first hour about the FDA finding these chemicals they're called forever chemicals in the food chain and coming from a certain type of cookware. I don't want to mention it because I'll give away the answer to the question that I have. But here's the question. Which of the following types of cookware is the least safest to cook with? All right? Which of the following types of cookware is the least safest? Aluminum cookware, non-stick cookware, cast iron, or copper? Which of the following is the least safest? Aluminum, non-stick, cast iron, or copper? Which one of those is the least safest in terms of toxic chemicals leaching out of the material into the food? Which of the following is the least safest to cook with? Aluminum cookware, non-stick cookware, cast iron cookware, or copper? Here's the number to call.
877-897-8255. That's 877-897-TALK.
This topic has always intrigued me. I think it, from a health standpoint, it is really underrated, and I should devote more attention to it. As I said, I would love to have a sponsor that was a cookware company that made these very healthy, safe cooking utensils. It turns out that when you look at the different types of cookware, you're going to have certain chemicals leach out of the material. Aluminum cookware, you have certain chemicals that leach out, and yet with cast iron, with stainless steel, with all of them, certain chemicals will leach out depending on what kind of cookware it is. With cast iron, iron can leach into the food. With stainless steel, you have nickel and chromium that can leach into the food. So it's always it's hard to get away from that. But there's one in that list that I mentioned that is particularly considered by many, like for the Environmental Working Group, not to be a good choice. So, which of the following is the least safest? Aluminum, non-stick, cast iron, or copper? You have the right answer. That's $25 gift card. So we'll see if somebody calls in, and we'll try to give that away. And if you cook a lot, this becomes important. So, all right, let's go to Mike. Mike, welcome to the show. It's great to have you on. Do you cook a lot, Michael?
But not me, my wife.
Oh,
but she stay away from non-stick.
Okay, so what do you think the answer is, Michael?
It's non-stick.
Non-stick, yes. Michael lives up in near Philly. Non-stick is the answer. The non-stick cookware is made of perfluorinated chemicals, PFCs, and other chemicals. If you go to the Environmental Working Group, EWG.org, they have material there, reading material, articles on this topic, and it's worth a read. Congratulations, Michael. You won a $25 supplement gift card. Thank you for calling, and thank you for listening. All right. So we covered quite a bit of territory today.
I have a question about cookware.
Yeah.
Okay, I use an iron skillet. All right.
Okay. It's a good option.
All right.
Iron will leach into the food. It's not leach-free, right?
Right. No, because it's, the old style, the old cast iron skillet and everything.
Well, I told you, Gary, I was doing and researching this really quickly, and I don't think I've ever seen one. An enamel-coated cast iron.
I looked it up, and I couldn't.
Enamel-coated cast. It's made of cast iron with a glass coating. Now, in this one article that I was reading, they were talking about glass as one of the healthiest materials to cook with, glass cookware. I guess so. I never considered that option. But most glassware can't be used on stovetops.
And I'll tell you why. I wouldn't be able to afford it.
It's expensive.
Oh, yeah.
Then you have lead-free ceramic. I don't know. They say it's safe as long as the paint or the cookware coating is lead-free. I don't know, man.
I mean, are they still putting lead in paint? I don't think they are.
I don't know what they're doing. Then I learned that if you have cookware that's stainless steel, you have to look on the bottom of the pan or the pot and look to see if there has a stamp 18/8 or 18/10 on the bottom. Those with those stamps on it, those are the ones that are least likely to leach in the steel is least likely to leach into the food. I didn't know that.
No, I didn't know that either. Microwaving versus
boy. Yeah, you're going to make me I have all kind of cognitive dissonance about this because I use the microwave to warm up my soup and things like that.
Right.
Some people say, man, you're putting yourself at risk. I should, before I go on air and commit to this stuff, I need to do a little bit more research. I got mixed feelings about it.
I buy the microwaved vegetables that are in the bag, so that's why.
I wouldn't do it.
Yeah?
It's a plastic bag, man.
Right.
When you heat up plastic, the chemicals leach out of the plastic.
See, never even thought of that.
Okay. I wouldn't do it. That's just me.
That's why you're over there on that side of the mic.
I don't know about that. Thank you for listening, and thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition Cook Away. I love doing the show because it's continually learning. There's always so much to learn, so little time. Love you. See you tomorrow. Your health is your wealth, and your health is the wealth of those that care about and love you.
Everyone's raving about the newest botanical superstar hitting